Okay, so yan yung chapter 1, which is the foundation of the framework. So yung objective. So take note ha, basta ang objective. Okay, provide information useful in making investing and credit decisions. So consistent with that objective yung chapter 2. So kasi ano daw dapat ang ipoprovide useful information. So ano naman ang useful information? Yun ang dinefine or okay, clarify in chapter 2. So yung qualitative characteristics of useful information. Okay, so number 9. So in the 2010 and also yung 2018 framework, so dinivide ang qualitative characteristics into two: fundamental and enhancing. So yung hinahanap dyan, yung fundamental. So ang sagot dyan, bravo. Okay, so relevance and faithful representation. So those are called fundamental qualitative characteristics. So lagyan natin ng note, yung letter okay, C and D. So yan yung tinatawag naman na enhancing. Okay, so basically, the fundamental characteristics make information useful. Okay, at yun namang C and D, those are the characteristics that make useful information more useful. So kaya effectively, there are 6 qualitative characteristics. Dalawa yung fundamental, then yung 4 enhancing. Now, in the 1989 framework, so 4 lang ang qualitative characteristics. Tapos hindi fundamental and enhancing ang tawag. So ang tawag primary and secondary. So trivia. Yung letter A, yan yung dating tinatawag na primary. Okay? So qualitative characteristics. So relevance and reliability. Kaya kung titignan mo yung mga standards, so in the selection, okay, of accounting policies, so lagi ang nire-refer yung okay, policy okay, that will result in relevant and reliable information. Kasi yun nga yung original eh. So bakit ba pinalitan? Bakit ginawang faithful representation? So ang reason dyan, nagkakaroon ng potential conflict eh. So dun sa reliability and verifiability na term. So kaya ginawang faithful representation instead na reliability. Okay? So again dati ang tawag primary and secondary. So ito namang letter D, yan yung dating secondary. So kaya before, okay, relevance and reliability, primary. Understandability, comparability, secondary. So now, relevance and faithful representation, okay, fundamental. Tapos yung CND, yun na yung enhancing. So effectively, nadagdag yung timeliness and verifiability. So yan yung characteristics, okay, that make information useful. Okay, now, number 10. Qualitative characteristic that financial information must possess to be useful. Yan yung primary, rather, yan yung fundamental. So yung fundamental qualitative characteristics, those characteristics make information useful. So alin dito yung fundamental? Ayon, delta. So yung A, B, and C, enhancing lang yan eh. So it will only make the useful information more useful. So what will make the information useful? Relevance and faithful representation. Okay, so 11. Ito na, yung enhancing. Qualitative characteristics that make useful information more useful. Yun. Enhancing ang ibig sabihin nun. So answer, letter C. Okay, so yung A and B are what? Fundamental. Okay, so 11, letter C. Now, in relation to, okay, relevance. So, accounting information is considered to be relevant When, okay, ang sagot dyan, letter A. If it can make a difference in a decision. Okay, so if that information can make a difference in decision, then that information is considered relevant. Of course, if it cannot make a difference, so that's irrelevant. Okay? So yung letter B and letter C, so in relation yan to faithful representation. Yung letter C naman, letter D naman, understandability. So yung B and C ha, ano yan? Faithful representation. So yung D, understandability. Okay, so number 13. Financial information is capable of making a difference in decisions. If, so kailan masasabing, ay, yung information na yan, it can change a decision. So ang sagot dyan, letter C. So both A and B. So lagyan ng note. Yung letter A, ito yung tinatawag na predictive value. So if it can be used as an input to processes employed by users to predict future outcomes. So kaya nga 'di ba sa mga previous discussions natin, so may mga information na pinapa-disclose. So mainly yun nga para ma-predict yung cash flows. Okay? So yung nature, yung amount, yung timing. Okay? So kaya nga relevant yung information kapag may predictive value siya. So magagamit siya na input so para ma-predict. Okay? So yung future outcomes. So, yung letter B, ang tawag naman dyan, okay, confirmatory value. So, relevant ang information if it provides feedback about, confirms, or changes yung previous evaluations. Okay? So, pag mayroong predictive and confirmatory value, yon relevant yan. So, and actually, yung predictive and confirmatory value of information is interrelated. Okay? So again ha, so relevant ang information if it can make a difference in a decision. Okay? And dapat meron siyang predictive and confirmatory value. Okay? So that's relevance. Now, number 14, entity specific aspect of relevance. So meaning this one is determined on entity level. So ang sagot dyan, delta, materiality. Kasi what may be material to one entity may not be material to another. So that's why, okay, considered siya as entity specific. So determined siya on entity level. And regarding materiality, okay, number 15. So which statement is incorrect? Okay, so A is a correct statement. So actually, ito na yung bagong definition, okay, ng materiality. So information is material if omitting, misstating, or obscuring. Yan, dati ano lang omitting, misstating, wala yung obscuring na term. So ngayon, sinama na. So hindi lang ma-omit, so hindi lang ma-misstate, pati na rin ma-obscure. So if omitting, misstating, or obscuring it could reasonably be expected to influence decisions that primary users of general purpose FS make on the basis of those financial statements. Okay? So alam natin yung ma-omit. So hindi mo ipoprovide yung information. Alam natin yung imi-misstate, i-understate, i-overstate. So ano naman yung obscure? Okay, obscuring. Yan. So that's letter B. Information is obscured if it is communicated in a way that have similar effect for primary users of FS2 omitting or misstating that information. So parang ang impact niya, ng effect niya, para bang hindi mo na lang, para bang may sinabi kang information pero parang wala kang sinabi. Okay? Okay naman, sinabi mo nga pero parang misstated, may overstatement, may understatement. So katulad ng mga inappropriate aggregation, okay, or inappropriate disaggregation. O kaya, hindi clear yung mga terms na ginamit. Okay? So may nag-provide ka nga ng information, di naman maintindihan. So obscured siya. So parang hindi mo na lang sinabi. Okay? So again so omitting, misstating, or obscuring, okay, can impact yung decision. Okay, based on that information. Material yan. So C is also correct. Materiality is based on the nature or magnitude or both of the items to which the information relates in the context of, yun nga, determine siya on entity level. So what may be material to one entity may not be material to another. So that's why ang incorrect, delta. So the IASB, they did not provide an absolute amount or a certain percentage of what can be considered as material. Kasi nga material is a matter of judgment. So it will depend on the nature, yan, or magnitude or both. Okay, so basically materiality is a matter of judgment, and that is determined on entity level. Okay, pero basically nga, okay, just like relevance, an item is material if it can influence, okay, decisions, if it can change decisions. Okay, so 15, incorrect, delta. Okay, now, doon naman tayo sa faithful representation. So, ano bang ibig sabihin na yung information ay faithfully represented? So, there are three aspects of faithful representation. So, ang simple guide natin dyan, tandaan mo lang, pag sinabing faithful, yan, stick to one. Yan. Okay, ano yung one? Okay, O for what? Complete. Yan, complete yan. Okay, so ano yung N? Neutral. Okay, and ano yung E? Error-free. So, yan yung aspects of faithful representation. So, it must be complete, yan, complete, neutral, and error-free. And regarding neutrality, okay, rather, regarding yung aspects nga ng faithful representation. So, which one is not? So, hindi kasali dyan, yung letter C. Letter C, that pertains to what? Relevance. Okay, na dapat yung information ay merong predictive and confirmatory value. So, except letter C. Okay. 17. So, in relation to neutrality. Yan. So, information is neutral if, letter A, it is free from bias toward a predetermined result. So, unbiased siya. So, yung letter B, that's in relation to relevance as noted earlier. Yung letter C, lagyan mo ng note. So, ito yung complete. So, it includes all the information necessary for a user to understand yung phenomenon being depicted, including all the necessary descriptions and explanations. So, dapat yung information complete to be faithful, to be a faithful representation. Yung letter D naman, lagyan ng note, ito yung error-free. So there are no errors or omissions in the description of the phenomenon. And yung process used to produce the reported information has been selected and applied with no errors in the process. So to be a faithful representation, the information must be complete, neutral, and error-free. So free from material error, of course. Okay? Now, actually, okay, yung concept ng prudence, stewardship, and yung concept, yung classic concept ng substance over form. Okay? So kung titingnan natin yung tatlong versions ng framework, itong nangyari sa tatlong concepts na yan. Prudence, stewardship, and substance over form. In the 1989 framework, So merong explicit reference to those concepts. Okay? Pero pagdating ng 2010 version, nawala yung explicit reference. Kaya akala ng iba ay wala ng concept ng prudence or yung dating tinatawag na conservatism. Ay wala ng concept ng stewardship. Ay wala ng concept ng substance over form kasi walang explicit reference. So, ang ginawa ni IASB, ay hindi, nandyan pa rin yan. Kaya pagdating nung complete version nung 2018, nire-introduce. Nagkaroon na uli ng explicit reference. Nagkaroon ng clarification. So actually, in relation to prudence, okay, so parang effectively nawala nga yung explicit reference nung 2010 kasi para bang may conflict sila ni neutrality. Okay? Kasi nga 'di ba, ang traditional na alam natin sa conservatism pag merong choice, may alternatives. So accountants tend to understate assets, understate income, overstate liabilities, overstate expenses kasi nga conservative. Okay? So, kaya lang, kung titingnan mo nga naman, kung intentionally i-understate mo yung asset, i-overstate mo yung liabilities, hindi siya neutral. Okay? Kaya nagkaroon ng clarification. At paano kinlarify yung potential conflict na yan para mawala? So, number 18. So, which one is incorrect regarding prudence? So, A is a correct statement. So, dito kinlarify that neutrality is not in conflict with prudence. As a matter of fact, neutrality is supported by the exercise of prudence. Okay? And that is what? Yung letter B. Prudence is the exercise of caution when making judgments under conditions of what? Uncertainty. So in other words, okay, in case of doubt, be cautious. Yan. So yan ang concept ng prudence. And prudence, okay, tama din yung C, does not allow misstatement. So does not allow overstatement of any of the elements. So kung hindi allowed ang overstatement, hindi rin allowed ang under. So dito nagkamali sa letter D. So prudence does not allow either, okay, over or under. Okay? So kaya ngayon nga clarify na hindi nagko-conflict ang neutrality and prudence. As a matter of fact, prudence supports neutrality. So in times of uncertainty, in the circumstances na uncertain, yan, be cautious, be prudent. And prudence does not allow deliberate misstatement, either under or over. Okay? Next, number 19. Which of the following would not faithfully represent an economic phenomenon? A, no. Pwede pa rin faithfully represented yan. So, a systematic need for more persuasive evidence to support recognition of assets or income than recognition of liabilities or expenses. Yan nga yung pag-apply ng concept din ng prudence. Kasi nga, as discussed previously, di ba, sa provisions, okay, yung accounting for uncertainties. Pag uncertain outflow, pag possible, dinidisclose na. Pero pag uncertain inflow, pag possible, do nothing. Okay? Pag probable, okay, so ina-accrue na, nire-recognize na pag outflow. Pero pagka asset income, kailangan virtually certain. Okay? So that will not, okay, that would not, okay, that will still rather faithfully represent, okay, the information. Okay? So that's application of prudence. So B, no also. So kahit hindi perfectly accurate in all material respects, hindi naman kailangan perfectly accurate eh. So dapat free lang from material misstatements. So C is no also. Okay? So yung uncertainty does not undermine, okay, yung faithful representation. So kasi nga, so lalo na sa accounting, marami diyang estimate. Okay? So because of the okay, use of estimate, so okay, kahit na may uncertainty diyan, so pwede pa rin na yung information ay faithful representation of the transaction or event or the phenomenon. Okay? So again kahit meron pa yung A, yung B, and C, faithfully represented pa rin yan. Okay? So would not yung letter D. Kasi ang kinonsider lang yung legal form. Okay? So when the substance of the economic when the substance of the economic phenomenon and legal form are not the same. So pagka ganyan, again, yun nga yung concept ng substance over form. So para faithfully ma-present yung phenomenon, dapat substance over form. Okay? So kaya pagka ang kinonsider lang yung legal form, it will not faithfully represent the phenomenon. So dapat substance over form. And yun na, marami tayong na-discuss dyan about substance over form topics. Okay? Next. Number 20. Which of the following helps users make good decisions? So again, so para makagawa ng good decisions, okay, so dapat useful ang information. So sabi nga ng IASB, ang kanilang motto better information, better decisions. Good information, good decisions. So which one? A, no. Okay, a faithful representation of what? Irrelevant phenomenon. So kahit pa faithfully represented yan, okay, so useless yan kapag not relevant. Okay? B, no din. Kasi kahit na yan ay relevant, hindi naman faithfully represented. So useless din. So again, to be useful, dapat ang information relevant and faithfully represented. So answer, delta, neither. So to be useful, the information must be relevant and faithfully represented. Okay, so 20, delta. Okay, 21. So in relation to the enhancing qualitative characteristics. Again, these are the information, the characteristics that make useful information more useful. And in relation to comparability, okay, so which one? Okay, relates to comparability. A, no. So that one is timeliness. So information is available to decision makers in time to be capable of influencing their decisions. In other words, dapat yung information available at the time of making the decision. Kasi kung maging available yan after making, wala na, useless yan. So the information must be available. So at the time of making the decision. So B pertains to verifiability. So yan nga, kaya pinalitan yung reliability. So kasi nga, nagkakaroon ng conflict dyan sa term na yan. So different, knowledgeable, and independent observers could reach consensus, although not necessarily complete agreement, that a particular depiction is a faithful representation. So that's verifiability. So C pertains to understandability. So yung financial reports are prepared for users who have reasonable knowledge of business, and economic activities, and who review and analyze information with diligence. So ang assumption, so knowledgeable naman yung mga gagamit ng FS sa mga business terms. So sa mga economic activities, and they are willing and able to learn. So yun ang assumption sa mga gagamit ng information ng FS. So answer dyan, delta. Comparability enables users to identify and understand similarities in and differences among items. So those are the characteristics that make useful information more useful. And in relation again to comparability, so the comparability of information depends on consistency, yes. Regular reporting periods, yes. So dapat consistent. So para maging comparable. Tapos dapat yung reporting periods regular kasi hindi mo ma-compare kung irregular yung reporting periods. So answer, Bravo. Okay. Number 22, Bravo. 23. Okay. So decision makers vary widely in the types of decisions they make, the methods of decision making they employ, the information they already possess or can obtain from other sources, and their ability to process information. So consequently, for information to be useful, there must be a linkage between these users and the decisions they make. So that's the question. What's that link? Okay? So kahit yung information na yan ay relevant, faithfully represented, okay, timely, verifiable, and comparable, useless yan if the users cannot understand. So the link is letter C, yung understandability. Eh kung hindi naman naintindihan yan nung gumagamit, wala din, useless yan. Okay, so the link is dapat maintindihan ng gagamit ng information, yung information. So understandability. Okay, so 23 letters. Okay, 24. Which of the following enhancing qualitative characteristics can make irrelevant or not faithfully represented information useful? Answer, delta. So, yung enhancing qualitative characteristics, so i-enhance lang kung useful na. Eh kung hindi naman useful, so wala, it will not correct. Okay, it will not correct the defect. Okay? So again kung irrelevant 'yan, not people represented, so wala na. Okay, hindi ma-enhance yung usefulness niyan. So if in the first place the information is not useful. Okay? So again, pag useful, ma-enhance yung usefulness by the enhancing. But the enhancing qualitative characteristics, okay, cannot correct, okay, cannot make irrelevant or not faithfully represented information useful. Okay, so 24, delta. Okay, now 25, of course, ang objective. Provide useful information. But of course, in doing so, gastos yan. Gastos na effort pa. Okay, so kaya sa framework, may concept ng cost-benefit constraint. Okay, and what is that cost-benefit constraint concept? Okay, that's letter A. So yung benefits of the information must be greater than the costs of providing it. Okay, stated differently, okay, costs should not exceed the benefits. So the benefits should exceed cost. Okay? So kaya yun nga yung cost constraint. So of course, in providing useful information, dapat consider din yung gastos dyan at yung effort. So B, C, and D are okay, incorrect statements about the cost-benefit constraint. And regarding nga doon sa gastos, yan, number 26. All of the following, okay, represent costs of providing financial information. So yan, yung letter A, preparing. So yung pag-prepare ng information, gastos yan. Disseminating, yung pag-distribute ng information, gastos din yan. Yung letter C, yung verification, audit, yan, gastos din yan. So except delta. So yan actually yung benefit, okay, of providing information. So better access to capital. So more sources of funds for the entity. Okay? So kaya yan, binabalanse yung cost and benefit. So basta ang objective, provide useful information. So pero hindi naman dapat yung okay, benefits, okay, yung cost mag-exceed dun sa benefits. So benefits must exceed cost. Okay, so yan ang characteristics, qualitative characteristics of useful information. So again, considering na ang objective nga ay mag-provide ng useful information, so kinlarify ng framework kung ano ang masasabing useful information. Okay? And there are fundamental and enhancing qualitative characteristics. So fundamental qualitative characteristics make the information useful. So while enhancing, okay, qualitative characteristics make useful information more useful. Pero yung siyempre, yung pag-apply niyan, subject to cost constraint. Actually, cost constrain a lot of financial reporting decisions. So including yung okay, pag-apply nga ng qualitative characteristics. Okay, so yan na yung chapter 1, objective. Yan ang foundation. So consistent with that, sa chapter 2, kinlarify ano ang useful information. What are the characteristics that make useful information? Now, chapter 3 on FS and the reporting entity. So yan naman ang i-discuss natin in the next video. Okay?